9:54 on a Wednesday morning. It's Live at 9, brought to you by the Westport Winery on KXRO News Radio, 1320 AM and 107.5 FM. Our guest this morning is Cosmo Specialty Fibers Chief Executive Officer Mike Entz. Again, the dates, if you're just joining us, October the 29th. They hope to be able to make an announcement as to what needs to be done and when it would it be a soft startup date would be at that point?
Good, correct. Expected startup date.
And the number that was just thrown out there, I know will make a lot of people happy. Possibly is over 200 jobs, around 200 jobs.
I think a couple hundred direct paying jobs.
And the indirect ones at the restaurants around Cosmopolis. We just had the new burger place open just down the street. That if right around noon, a couple hundred people are coming out looking for a place to eat, that place is going to be a major boom.
Yeah.
And all sorts of restaurants. As we wrap up here, we do want to get into the application process.
Sure.
If someone is looking to get involved and wants to either get their job back or wants to make a move into the business, what do they need to do to get in touch with you and your people to get on the radar for those positions?
Well, first of all, don't come to the facility yet and don't call. Many of you have. And, while it's certainly great to see a lot of folks in the community this interested, we'll have an ad in the paper this weekend. It's going to kind of provide some direction. We're developing our hiring and application process. It will be a web-based process. We're going to provide you a website. First thing we have to do is make sure we have our domain and internet system set up at the facility, and we're getting that done. We expect that about 4 weeks out, that you'll be able to pick up a lot of your media sources, and we'll say, go to this website. We'll provide direction to it. It'll be fairly intuitive, and it will walk you through the application process. It will describe the skills and abilities that we're looking for, and we'll also talk about the timing associated with the process. When we bring folks in, we'll certainly be coordinated with our startup date, and so we'll tie all that together. So the key date, again, is about 4 weeks out. Expect to be able to publicly announce the website that you'll be able to go to and express your interest in future employment with us.
Mike Entz, the CEO of Cosmo Specialty Fibers, our guest on Live at 9 today. You mentioned that you'd met this week with some of the county leadership.
We did, and I guess I must say publicly, thank you. Mayor Raines, all the senators and representatives, county commissioners, through the last few years, so many of those folks have spoken up and helped and assisted with roadblocks and obstacles to help us get to this point. And we had those folks in yesterday and expressed our public appreciation, and folks in the community should do the same. Your elected officials did a wonderful job in helping get us to this point. Likewise, Richard Bassett deserves a lot of credit. Richard is probably the entrepreneur that kept us alive for the last several years, and he just would not quit. He was very persistent, and he continued until he found somebody that would support this venture. So many of you know Richard, but also express your appreciation to him. He's singularly probably most responsible for getting this here. So again, thanks to all those folks. Valuable assistance.
Yeah, I think from day one, the closure, the first announcement of a potential buyer was Richard Bassett, and he was basically involved either as the spokesman for, or critic of, or someone who saw the value in this facility, kind of the man behind the curtain there who really had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, he absolutely had a vision to say this place should be running, and it just took quite some time to get that vision turned into money, to get it turned into action, and again, great credit to Richard.
You walk into it for the first time, what was the thing that came to your mind? When you walk into that facility and you see it, what was the first thing that jumped out at you?
A couple things. It was like, this is not as bad as I would imagine, and the second thing is, we're going to have some success here. This place is going to run. My job is just to make sure it runs at the right time and for the right expenditure, right? I got some folks interested in that. But it's not a question whether it will run, and really no question in my mind is whether it's going to make quality product and be a real viable operation. So I tell you, it's all upside, all upside.
Yeah, you mentioned the leadership from the local politicians, the senators and whatnot. People, when they first announced the closure, a lot of people said, well, let's get retraining and social services in here to help that. And Senator Hargrove, Representative Kessler, Governor Gregoire, Mayor Raines, county leadership all said, no, this can work. This is viable. And Roy Knott with Panel Tech, who put together the study into it and was able to get the word out there that it was a viable entity that could be brought back online. All those people you're helping to make that become a reality.
Absolutely. I don't want to call names because I don't want to miss somebody, but they had great vision to say, let's don't talk about the place being down, let's talk about how we keep it viable for somebody to get going. So great credit to that.
Well, we definitely look forward to working with you in the future and talking to you about some of the great numbers and the great things going on there. Cosmo Specialty Fibers CEO Mike Entz, our guest today. Mike, welcome to the Harbor, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, thank you.
It is 9:59. We will be back at you tomorrow with the golf course, golf pro Ronnie Espinal joining us. Talk about that, and also Christine Peck with